Hello, everybody. I am glad any of you can join if you could. This is kind of an impromptu, um, as all the other ones have been, build of the Voron. We are going to do hopefully an hour or two. I am just. If you watched the last few, I'm at the point where we need the front idlers built, or not idlers. I guess they're, I don't know. The belt pulleys. I guess it's an idler. Yeah, idler A and B. That's what we're working on today. So hopefully this goes smoothly. I think I want to go this view and we'll try to get it so you can see what I'm doing. And there we go. And so today we are building the idlers. And these need bearings. We need the 7mm washers, which are nearby somewhere. These are the 5mm. Those are the threaded. Let's see what we got here. Screws, more screws, nuts, more screws, more screws, more nuts, more screws. Where the heck are shim rings? 0.5, but I think it needs 7. So where are the 7s? We got the washers. What are these? Oh, these are 7s. Right. There we go. So it wants 4 of the washers. One, two, three, 4. And it wants how many of the bearings? 2 bearings, 4 washers, 4 bearings, because 2 sides. So let's put the other bearings away. Don't know if I have extras, or I don't think so. I think there's the other bearings go on the X carriage. All right. And then by 35. So I need the M3 by 35. Make sure I got those. I think that's what I put in here. Let's just look. Yeah, 35. Okay, so we need 4 of those. 35 by 4 by washer. So this is what I'm looking at to determine my stuff. So we got our M3 by 35, and then we've got our bearings, 7mm washer on the top of the bottom of the bearings, and then the screw goes through, and we have our B pillar and our A pillar. So we'll go back. So this is the one pillar, and you can see they're slightly different sizes because the belts come out at different heights and then wrap around. So let's do the first one. So we need a washer. And we need a bearing, another bearing, and one more washer. And we take that, slide it through there. That one's assembled. And we do the same thing with the next one. Insert the screw. Put in a washer. Put in a bearing. Make sure the flange goes towards the washer. Then the flange goes away from the other bearing. And then one more washer. That way it has a nice path for the belt. Put that in. Alright. I think we're going to need there. So we don't push it out again. There we go. And there we go. So this one goes on here. I'll have to line it up. Okay, that one lines up. Then this one should line up with the hole, which is threaded. There we go. So we got one on. Now we can do the other side. Oh, can't really see what I'm doing. All right. Those idlers are on. So, what is our next step according to our chart here? Oh, pocket watch. Well, I don't have that one done yet. So I guess we can do the bed. All right, let's do the bed. There's a... All right, what do we have for our bed? Got our magnetic sheet, got a relay, and there we go. Here is our bed. I'm going to move that back. Move those shims out of the way. All right. So we've got our bed. We have our silicone heater, but doesn't really say when to put the silicone heater on. I'm just looking through here. Yeah, they talk about the power supply, standoffs, DC to DC converters. All right. Well, I'm thinking we have to put this on sooner than later. So let's pull this stuff off. I've noticed they don't, when they give you the assembly instructions, they don't indicate on here when you do your wiring. So I'm going to assume that they actually want us to do the wiring now, because I don't know how you would get it in otherwise. All right, so we are going to need M3 by 35s, which I just had. M3 by 30s right here. I need 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. And button. All right. One, 2, 3, flip over, and then they want our M3 nut. Now, I think there's lock nuts. Do they want lock nuts there? I thought there was lock nuts. Nope, I guess there's not lock nuts. I got wing nuts, 3 of them. What about in here? What do I have? Connectors, fans, nope. And then what do I have in here? I got my springs, some magnets, some idlers. Nope, nothing jumping out at me. All right. So it just says M3 nut. All right. Well, we got M3 nuts, so let's grab band 3 nuts. Alright, so let's get 3 of those. There we go. We'll put those on. Alright, so we'll get this on. Tighten this down. There we go. Snug. Probably could use a little Loctite on this, eh? Does it say Loctite? It does not say Loctite. Tighten all 3 down. Apply Loctite. Oh, ho, ho. Made sense to me. Okay. So let's grab the Loctite. We'll loosen this one off a little bit. And let's get this one down a little further. And we'll put the Loctite on. That makes sense. If you're not going to use a nylock, now I understand why they might not use a nylock, because whoa, that's a lot of Loctite, and that's why we have paper towel nearby. We'll clean this up when we're done with some rubbing alcohol. All right. So we'll get it firm. It's aluminum, so we don't want to over torque it, and we got the Loctite on there. See if I tip it this way a little bit. If that works a little bit better. Yeah, that worked much better. Didn't get it all over the place. Alright, so again, I'll tip it down a little bit, have it touching the threads, and then you don't need much of this stuff. This isn't a high torque thing, so just a little will go a long ways. So there we go. So I'm gonna just clean that up a little bit. All right, toss that out. Now it wants the springs on. So we got our yellow springs. First now, it does want to open. There we go. Don't drop them like I just did. There we go. So then it wants us to put it on the bed, but I don't think that's smart because we're going to need to put this on here. Then it's going to have to. So, in order to do that, we should clean it. A little alcohol. Some more of that handy dandy paper towel. Make sure any grease or anything's gone. We'll do it a couple times. Because I do not want things peeling if they don't have to. There we go. Try to go from the center out to the edges. So this is an AC heater. This is going to run through the cable chain, and it's going to be difficult to put this on when it's already on the bed, so we'll put it on here. Now, should I, while I'm at it, put the bed sticker on? I think I should. So, comes with the aluminum bed, which has a magnetic sticker. And although it doesn't say to do this now, I don't want to regret doing it and then where are my thumb screws? I'll have to find them. Alright, well, I'm going to do it. Oh, not quite square. Try to get as square as possible. There we go. There we go. So this is going to go out there at some point. So we'll get those lined up. We'll slide this down here. Oh, I'll have to look up the routing of those cables. Now, it's interesting. Come on. Is I don't have the thumb screws. I swear it said thumb screws on here. Thumb nut. Okay. So, what do they have for thumb nut? I think all I got are wing nuts, which aren't as nice, but they'll have to do because they don't list anything else. That's all they gave me. So this kit doesn't quite follow the build, the bomb. I don't know, are these the right ones? Put it in. Thumb nut. 3. There's only 3 of these. Are these supposed to be the right ones? And are they the right thread? They seem to be the right thread, so I think this is what they've given me to work with. And not the end of the world. I'm sure I can print some covers, and this is a small bed. I can't imagine it getting out of level all that much. Hey! Thank you so much. I could use some caffeine. I haven't had any today. It's always crazy when they don't. I mean, I checked off my whole build list, and they listed thumb nuts, but they gave me wing nuts. I guess translation or supply, not sure. But there we go. So we got our thermistor. We've got that. And now what do they want us to do? If your wide carriages are not installed, install them now. They are. Next. Which I already did this step. So let me just show you where we're at. Transition. Alright, so we did this step. We skipped this step. I do have the parts, but I want to do that in a separate part because I got to put some inserts and a few other things. So we did this. And we did that. And now they said put your wide carriages in, which they are. Now it wants us to do this piece, which I already have. Now those look pretty good. I think we're aligned. I'm just not sure. I should probably even it out from either end, because I don't think I have it tightened down. So I'm going to switch cameras back. So let's just make sure we're about the same on both sides. So that one's almost 2.5, and that one's almost 2.5. So that's probably pretty good. Because it doesn't say how far from the edge they need to be. So that's about 2 millimeters from the end there to I'll make it, let's try that. There we go. That's about 1 millimeter from 2.5. There. All right, let's tighten these babies down. I've got our printed alignment tools there so that everything stays nice and aligned. I also left the little, in one of the screw holes, I left the rubber stopper so we don't lose our carriage, because you don't want to lose all the the balls out of the bearing carriage. That would suck. Okay, so that one is aligned. Tighten this one. Then we'll tighten this one. Just kind of working outside, middle, and then work my way back out. Let's keep it all nice. So what are you up to, HVAC, today, if you're still here? It's a blustery day here in southern Alberta. We got to batten down the hatches. It's so windy. So we got one. There we go. All right, so that, it looks like it's all tightened up. All right, now we got some more fun with the stuff coming up. So this is the next step that they want us to do. We need to build the bearing structure. All right, so we need 4 bearings, which we got. We need the 0.5 millimeter shims right here. How many of these shims do we need? Let's see here. How many do we need? 4, probably for side. So we'll get 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. M2 self-tapping threaded screws, which I believe I have that as well. Not in that one. We're getting down to the last little bits here. There. Self-tapping screws. We need M3 washer by 10 of them. So that would be these guys. So I'm going to be using a lot of these. Okay. We're going to need our bearings. We need our spacers, 9mm printed spacers. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't think we have any more printed spacers. Oh, 1. Oh, look at this. We do. 2, 3. Should be 1 more in here, I would think. There are lots of little parts. There we go. Yay. All right. So, all right. Well, hey Gary. Oh, well, that's no good. All right, well, let's see what we can do here. We also need 4 M3 nuts. So that'd be 8 because we're doing 2 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. All right. We got the 10 washers, so we got about 20. We got the nuts. We got the shims. We got the bearings. We need the M3 by 25 button head screws right here. And there should be 8 of those. Okay. And then we need 16-tooth idler, which I saw a minute ago. That was not in that one. I tried to keep everything organized. There we are. There should be two of those. Oh, I'm doubling stuff up, but I don't think I need to. All right, well, as we go through it, we'll straighten it all out. Yeah, Santa bringing you a Voron would be a good thing, for sure. All right, so we got the 2 idlers, the 2 tops, and I got all the pieces. So I guess it's time to start assembling. So we got 2 M3 button head screws, them through, and might as well do the mirrored one at the same time. All right. Okay, so this, they want us like that. All right. So this one, we need a 7mm. Okay, that's how they're doing it. So they are doing them both at the same time. Okay, so we need, they don't label all these that great. All right, they want us to use the small guys on this one. Am I still on camera? I think I'll bring it down here so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so we're going to put a single washer, and then that, and then a single washer, then the bigger flat washer, then a spacer, on that side, and then this side we want that, 2 washers, 1, 2. I don't know. Okay. That's why you don't tip things. So 2 washers. Put those back on that I dropped off. Then the bearing. And then after the bearing, 2 more flat washers. 1 and 2. Then we take 2 of the nuts, put them in here. I had, where are my pliers? Just pop that in. Get that in and as even as possible. There we go. And then we'll get 1 more in on this side. Perfect. So these 2 will line up. Ah! Don't lift it up. I will learn, Gary. I will learn. Okay, so let's just make sure I didn't miss anything. So we got 1, 2. There was no bearing on top of that one. Then we have our flat bearings. And then we have 2 more. Okay, and then this goes on top. Now, haha, all right. Get the right Allen key. Nope. Need the right Allen key. Where's my small Allen key? Guess it's this guy. Okay, and now we take I think I might have over tightened that one. Let's loosen it. Don't want to go too far out. There we go. Now we need our M2. These are small guys. Self-tapping screw. These are tiny. All right. Okay. There we go. So that's the one side, and now we'll do the other side. So the other side is the same but different. We got two of the flat washers on the bottom. Then we got our bearings. Okay, and then we have two flat washers again. Then we have our spacer. Then we have our spacer. Then we have a flat washer and a small spacer. Then we put our pulley on it. And once the pulley's on, we put another spacer. And the spacers, if you see, they're pretty small, but they just fit in on top of the bearing so that it can move freely. So here we go. And I'll just slide that out of the way. We'll put our nuts in. There we go. I'll set it on top. Come on. Line up. There we go. And then another of the self-tapping screws. These are so small. All right. So small. All right. Well, I think that gets that part done. Now, let's make sure that let's make sure that we get this in and then the nuts fall out. I'm trying to make sure the screws don't fall out, and apparently that's not a problem. They don't. All right. There we go. Huh. That one seems a little tight. That one's pretty good. Oh, there we go. Nope, that's good. All right. So those are built. Those are going to be sitting on here. You can see how they line up with everything. So let's look at the next page. So they want some button head screws and a plastic spacer nut. I don't know if I have that. Let's look through all my parts. I have a lot of parts. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Got it. Okay. So, now these don't have holes through them. Which probably would have been a good idea. So these are M3 by 12s. Got those, and then so we'll need some square nuts, which are right here. Does it list the square nuts? So it shows that so they don't show you putting in nuts, but I don't know how else you would tighten these up. So I'm going to put the nuts in because in my mind you need the nuts. So you need at least 4 in the bottom. And then you need at least 2 on the top on this side. Yeah, all right. So, and these are the M3 by 12s. I don't think I have that one spaced enough. I don't want this to fall out completely. Just trying to... Alright, this is tricky. There. Alright. Okay. Now these are M3 by 6s. Okay, I can see that one lined up. So we'll... Oh, it was lined up, but I was using the wrong Allen key. So let's try to line it up again. Okay. Drop this one in. Okay. So I lost one down here. And we'll try to line it up. Drop this one in. Come on. I don't think... Nope. Ah! I dropped it. Thought it was lined up, but it wasn't. Man, these are hard to get lined up. Come on. This is exciting stuff, I know. This fiddly stuff. Come on. Does not want to grab. looks like it's lined up too. Ah, finally. There we go. Okay, that one grabbed. All right. Since we're here, let's put all these in. And out the ends they come. 1, 2. And then 1, 2. See if we can get the end ones in first. And then we can fiddle around with the other ones. All right, and 3x6. Let's get that one in. Okay, I'm not going to tighten this one because I'm probably going to have to do some finagling to line up this other one. Ah, I thought I had that one in. Just when you think you got it in, it's not. Let's see, if I put the screw in, then hopefully it won't slide out now. In theory. Okay, so this one is an M3 by 25. There's an M3 by 12, M3 by 30, M3 by 10. I need an M3 by 25. I've got to have one. Gotta be here. M3 by 25. Well, look at that. I should have one somewhere because look at that. I dumped them out already. All right, so this one says M3 by 25. Okay, that one actually went on. Okay, I'm going to try a different technique. I'm going to try putting them on here and then sliding it on. Let's see if that works any better. So M3 by 12. Now, I need something to hold this. There's my tweezers. There's my tweezers. I need 6 hands, because I don't think I can do this with 2. Oh, almost lost it. I have to apply enough pressure that it doesn't tip out. Not too much. Alright. How about, can I hold it in place? Turn. All right. Okay. That worked. So now can I get the other ones to work? A little finicky. Don't know if I can get it in. There we go. Hey, one more. Oh. Wow. This is a pain in the ass. All right. Whew. All right. Now, the trick is to get these straight so I can slide them in. Wow. Fiddly. Fiddly. Okay, that one looks like it went. Oh ha ha. All right. So I'm not going to go over tight on these yet. Because I wanted to see how this fits. I do believe this goes this way. Yay, it's starting to look. Now, is that correct? Look at our next picture. Yay, it's correct. So, let's tighten these down. So now we need M2 by 6 button head screws. M3. These are the small guys. And I know M2 by 8 M2 by 6. Ooh. All right, M2 by 6. So I need my somewhere my Allen key that fits these. What have I done with it? I dropped it. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. All right. So now we get to see if we can get an angle that works for you guys. Okay, it's 1. Oh man, these are so small. Okay, there we go. All right, well, let's get this. All right. Why does that seem cockeyed a little bit? Come on, get in there. Just trying to tighten these up. There we go. That feels a lot better. Now we'll get the rest of these little guys in, and then we'll see what the next step is. Can we lower this? My hands are too fat. I gotta lower this. All right. All right, I got to put some more on here. Some of these screws don't seem to have the right diameter. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. I think some of the screws that they mixed in were not M2, they were M1, because they're a different size for sure. Yeah, those ones are different size. Oh, come on. All right, almost there. Huh. All right. See, you can pull the stops off the air carriage bearing. Now you got the ends on. The X stops. Oh yeah. All right. That one, this does not want to go in. So Steve, what do you mean you can pull the X stops off the X carriage bearing now? You can pull the X stop bearing now. You got the ends on. I put the little pulled the little stoppers out, if that's what you meant. Those are done. The little black nubs. Yeah, I pulled them out on this one, but I hadn't pulled them out on this one yet. So yeah, thank you. Just trying to get these last ones in. Need a I just didn't want to lose those little bearings before, because that would have been a real mess losing those. I had no desire to try to rebuild a carriage ball bearings with those little ones. If they were the larger ones, maybe, but still a bit of a pain. Why does that one not want to go in? Maybe I need to loosen these ones a little bit first. All right, let's try that. Right? I do have some big clunking hands compared to, especially like these are so tiny. They're cute, but they're so tiny. I'm going to loosen this off a bit. I need more room. Do you have a Voron yet, Steve? This will be my first one. I started with the little one. I'm not sure if that was a good idea or a bad idea. But I'd like to build a 2.4 next, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. And learning clipper will be. I mean, I guess this one's small enough you don't need to learn clipper, but kind of want to figure things out. Come on, go in the hole. This doesn't want to catch. 3 of them caught, but the 4th one does not want to catch. Right? I deliberately didn't watch any detailed build videos on this because I wanted to do this myself, kind of thing. But yeah, no, they're cool machines. I've wanted a Core XY for a while, but Why not build the smallest Core XY? Why not? Right? Would be better if they indicated whether you're supposed to do some of the wiring of your harness before you did the build. Because it wasn't really, I didn't read where it should be done beforehand or not, so. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying out Clipper. I am. I wonder if the holes are just slightly misaligned. I'm a Marlin guy because that's what I learned on. But I'm totally willing to try something new. I do have a couple boards that can run RepRap that I'm just also kind of in the middle of learning on. That's not too bad too. So this is really annoying. Why isn't it? It's like it's too short. Well, that's what they say to use. It's like it's just too short, this screw. On both sides. And I don't get that. Well, that is frustrating. Should I have put that one in first and fought with the rest of them? I don't know. A ramps board, wow. Most of my printers, I've upgraded them to like SKR 1.3, 1.4. I have an SKR 2. I have a octopus and a spider, which I'm not sure which one's going where. That's going to be for the Voron 0.0, I'm thinking, because it should have enough of the steppers and 2208s and 2209s in most of my boards, because oh man, once you go silent on your steppers, it's so hard when you have to help someone and theirs isn't. It's amazing to hear those sounds again. Come on. I bought a little, wasn't quite a ramps, it's almost a ramps board, for a little project my daughter did. That was a little difficult to get going. It only had 3 steppers. It was for, no, two steppers and a, 2 steppers and a servo. It was a pen drawing machine. And so that's the only ramps type that I've used. Yeah, most of mine I've put on the hot end fan does not turn on until 50 degrees in Marlin. And then I've put large 120 millimeter fans on all my power supplies with low RPM, and it quiets them right down. So yeah. I don't know why this doesn't want to go in the hole. seems like it's lined up correctly if I stick the Allen key in. This seems like these are just slightly too short in those holes. I don't want to leave these out. Like, these ones fit perfect. Well, I may fight with this off camera and continue on the next stream. What's next after I get these in? Loosen and tighten the gantry bolts. Oh, they want you to square everything up, which I kind of was doing already. But I guess until this is tightened down, you probably don't want to. Well, I'll get these on. I'll do some more squaring, and then I think I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, we reprinted a few parts because the first ones were printed on a not so great printer. So these ones are printed on a more accurate printer. So, but you're right, it could just be yeah, so it looks like that one's supposed to go into the hole a little further. And I found with some of these parts, the heads are bigger than what was spec'd. Like they're normally supposed to be milled on the edge slightly. So I think that they're not going in all the way. So probably going to have to see if I can clean that edge out a bit. Because I bet you that's the problem. It just isn't sitting properly in the recess. Ah, there we go. There we go. Good call. Just had to clean that out just slightly. There must have been a burr. I didn't even really take any material off. Good call, Steve. Good call. All right, let's see if that's enough. Oh yeah, just a little burr. Thank you, Steve. See, a second set of eyes is always good. Now, finish tightening these ones up, make sure they're snug. Don't want to over tighten and crack the plastic. How does that look? Well, that looks pretty square. But why not? Let's do what they said. So you loosen that one, and this one. Okay. And then you loosen that one, and that one. Then you can twist your stuff. Oh yeah. There we go. Tighten that one down. That seems to be pretty good. Excellent. All right, come on. I need to get this in. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty square. And it triggers the switch nicely. Bearings are moving good. All right. Well, I think that's darn close to being Oh, and then they want me to do belts. Well, I'm not doing belts today. I'm going to call it a day. I got a few other things I got to do. Thanks for dropping by. We have our live stream tomorrow. And don't forget, we have a contest going on, Steve. I don't know if you knew. I think Gary and I'm not sure if HVAC knew. But we have the great holiday build competition. We want you to build a unique tchotchke or item. We've got all the rules up on 3dmakeit.ca. It's also on our YouTube community feed. There are 2 prizes of $50 gift card to Spool 3D. They ship anywhere in the world. So if you would like to win a prize, you can enter the competition. We're going to do a little kind of build kooky thing Sunday, I think. And we have a few other things we want to talk about. And yeah, so I am done the stream for today. So I will see you guys tomorrow for the live stream. It's 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So convert it to whatever your local time is. And David will be here as well. and we will talk a little bit about the competition, and thanks again to Spool 3D for sponsoring us for this holiday build off. And again, whatever holiday you celebrate, build a tchotchke that is appropriate. It could be anything you want. We just wanted to be original from you, and see you next time.